Hey guys, welcome back.
Well, welcome to another FanGeared podcast. My name is Tommy,
I'm Joey.
and I know what you're thinking right now. Isn't there another guy who is usually talking? Well, not this time. Josh does not care enough to be here. He'd rather be on vacation. So,
We don't know where he went. He left us a note and the mic, and he said, "Figure it out. You're both adults. You're capable."
and here we are now, figuring it out. Let's dive into it.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Let's for a second. For those fans who are into the numbers and you like to keep track. I was third build. I am now first build. Tommy was second build. He is now third build. We are looking for a number two.
No. Wait a second.
We're holding auditions.
That's not how that works.
We're holding auditions. We're looking for a number two.
No, I am now in charge. I'm the captain now.
What did you say?
I'm the captain now.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. No. This is a ship without a captain. We have no anchor, no life vests.
Still, I'm going to give you a topic, and then we're going to talk about it, okay?
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
What comes to mind when I say the words, does whatever a spider can?
So whatever.
Who does that remind you?
Let me think about that for a second. I want to say somebody with some sort of spider-like abilities. How about Catwoman?
Yes.
Okay.
So, the new Catwoman has been cast.
Is it Halle Berry again?
Yes.
Yes, thank God.
Okay. Alright. Spider-Man. Marvel is doing a Spider-Man movie, I guess. Marvel, Sony merging.
Which is very strange in itself.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Anyway, we got Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. 19-year-old boy, looks young. To me, definitely looks younger than both Tobey Maguire and
Andrew.
Social Network.
Right.
And
which is a good thing.
Yeah, which is a good thing. We're finally getting an accurate Spider-Man, it seems like. But we do know that Marvel was responsible for the casting on this one, so maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why it's so good.
Yeah. So we have that. We also have the director. Who is
John Watts.
John Watts, and who is also an unknown. He has a movie that did well at Sundance.
Right, which will probably be really good, but we won't see until later.
Yeah, we're not going to see until later, so who knows?
So we know nothing about him. He could film all his movies, like, through a weird filter.
He very well could be. I mean, it's a Sundance film, so who knows what kind of art house...
Hipster,
yeah. Filmed on a camera from the 1800s.
A Super 8.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, but the actor, you've seen him in a couple other things, or just one other movie?
I personally have seen him in The Impossible. He played Naomi Watts in Ewan McGregor's son. It's like a disaster movie about a tsunami, and it's really good.
And you said he did well.
He did well, yeah. It's a really emotionally powerful movie. So I think he was definitely a part of that, because there's only 4 people in the movie.
Yeah, but with him as well, relatively unknown. We don't really know a lot about this kid. And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
Unknowns. Just waiting for Josh to pipe in over here with something.
Josh asked us a question.
I know. Alright, Tommy, lead us in. You're number 1.
Alright. Unknown actors. How is this going to affect a big budget movie? Because, every other Marvel movie we've had, all the main heroes are big Hollywood guys that we've seen in 100 movies before. What's it going to be like having a new superhero that is someone we don't recognize?
Now, see, I think that this is perfect. Because, specifically for Spider-Man. Because, how many times, we've seen Spider-Man within the past, 10 years, a couple different times. both of them ending poorly with bad tastes in our mouth.
Yes.
This most recent one, honestly, I thought both were just really not great at all.
They had their ups and downs.
Actually, I never even saw the second one.
Well,
Take
then
that back.
what are you talking about? You can't comment on it if you haven't seen it.
True. But everyone just told me it's so bad you don't even need to see it.
It wasn't that bad.
We'll disagree on this one.
Okay.
But anyway, so having an unknown for this movie I think is going to allow us to almost forget about the other ones, because we might finally be able to get lost in the character of Spider-Man, which I don't think we've been able to do. We've had these big names playing him for the past 2 series or franchise, and I just think that really unknowns in general, there's this idea that I didn't think of, but I was probably listening to a podcast and they talked about it, about how when you go to a theater, like to see a play, you don't know any of the actors. They're either small time or they've been touring somewhere else, and you don't see them all the time. But with these big name actors, your Brad Pitts, your Tom Cruises, every character that they play, in your mind, you can't get rid of them. You can't really get lost in the character. It's, oh, this is Brad Pitt playing this action guy. This is Tom Cruise playing this spy.
Right.
But it's always them. But by having this unknown, we might finally be able to get lost in Spider-Man, and hopefully they will not treat this as a true reboot and give us all the backstory again. Everybody for the next 10 years is going to know Spider-Man's backstory. We don't need it again.
Right.
But that's also why this is so confusing as to why Marvel is taking on their own, or Marvel and Sony are taking on a reboot so soon, essentially.
Especially since Sinister Six is in the works, which exists in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, what?
So there's going to be possibly 2 Spider-Man universes at the same time. But I don't know.
But no, we know Andrew Garfield. He's not Spider-Man anymore, right?
I think they cut Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's out for sure.
But I agree with your point. People are going to go to this to see Spider-Man, not to see Chris Evans or Chris Pratt or any other Chris's.
The Chris's. Hey, Chris's, if your name's Chris right now, I mean, this is your year.
Yeah.
This might be your decade.
You're probably in a movie now.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was the point that I made earlier, my example of Chris Pratt. Like, he's so popular right now that he is the main star in all of these big movies. Like, that's all he's going to become. We can't get past Chris Pratt. He's too big already.
I feel bad for him as an actor because 90% of the audience can't really tell the difference between Owen in Jurassic World and Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Even, they're the same, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, as an actor, I mean, you want to show your range. Right, exactly. He wants to make millions of dollars, but...
It's okay. That's why he'll, in 4 years from now, after he's done some more Marvel, couple big movies, really made the millions,
right?
He'll go and do a small comedy or something, and then we'll be like, oh, he's back. Our Pratt.
He'll get fat again.
Yeah, exactly. But, and the same thing goes for this director, although I am more skeptical, because it could be that they're trying to make a smaller movie, and because so far, when we think of Spider-Man, those are big movies.
Yeah.
But they could be brought down. There's no reason why they couldn't be smaller movies.
Well, I don't think that's possible. If any Marvel movie is big, and like if people see a billboard for Spider-Man, it's gonna make $200 million opening weekend.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't be grounded more in reality in some way. A little more like, I don't know. I don't know what it could be, but I feel like going with an unknown and a director that nobody knows, who's only, at this point, made one significant movie in his career, that's pretty risky for a big movie.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a different route from what we've seen from other Spider-Man movies. It's probably going to be a lot less goofy, and it has to fit into this Marvel universe.
Right. Oh, that's the other thing. That's true. If this, I mean, I don't know if know for sure if this kid is gonna be in. He will be in.
Maybe like Avengers 3.
Yeah, as like a small
something.
character. Or
yeah,
something.
but it's not going to be for a while because I don't know. We just got the director and actor. It's going to be 4 or 5 years before
I
we
don't
see
think
this
it's.
movie.
I don't think it's till 2017.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I think what we can expect is that we know the tone will be very different. It's less goofy, like you said, than the Spider-Man movies typically are. But I don't know. I can't even. This is the thing. We've never had a Spider-Man movie that's different than those Spider-Man movies, so I don't even know what it could be.
I'm excited for it because I don't like all the goof. It's kind of why I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy.
What?
Too much.
Did you just come out?
Yeah. I came out as a Guardians of the Galaxy disliker.
That's not easy to say this day and age.
Too many jokes.
At
a point there has to be.
But I think that was the point. I think it was supposed to be a comedy. I think it was supposed to be goofy. Although it was very heartfelt as well. It was serious.
No.
Really?
No.
Wow.
The heartfelt climax was him revealing that there's going to be a sequel when he gets the mixtape part 2.
Oh, and we knew that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think when the tree, Groot,
hugged them all.
We gave him a big hug.
Because trees are immune to explosions.
Well, he did explode, but he just didn't die from it.
Right. I'm being nitpicky here. I'm just arguing for the sake of arguing.
Yeah, that's Tommy.
That's me. That's why I'm number 1.
Wow. Just wait till Josh gets back, if he ever does.
Yeah, we don't know where. We still know where he is. Should we try calling him?
Nah.
Shoot him a text now. Okay.
Shoot him a quick text. We didn't even ask.
Not important. We clearly got this without him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh shit! What do we say now?
We got a while to go.
There was that laugh.
Okay.
Hey Tommy, did you listen to Who Charted today?
We're not gonna be referencing other podcasts this time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're standing on our own 2 feet. Spider-Man, that sure is gonna be a movie, huh?
Yeah, okay, there is something I want to talk about. It's been, as we all know, Monday was, it was a summer scorcher.
Okay.
It was also the summer solstice.
Joey, what did I just say?
But this is important because we're talking about blockbusters, summer blockbusters.
Right.
And
which
Spider-Man is one.
It probably will be one.
You think it'll come out in the summer?
Yeah, why not?
There could be other movies planned. There could be a lot of reasons. In fact, I would like it if it didn't come out in the summer. Let's change it up a little bit. I don't want it to be a summer blockbuster. I just want it to be a regular old movie. Let's make it an Oscar contender. Let's do it right before, in December, one theater release.
See, I don't think any of these Marvel movies will ever be an Oscar contender.
No.
Besides visual effects.
Yeah, but only because of
the
reputation of superhero movies.
I disagree.
I think some of them have been good enough quality. They certainly have the sales. You can't deny that people like them.
Sales doesn't determine how good.
But they're not straight dramas, small dramas about race relations and passion and love. Those things win Oscars.
I disagree.
What do you mean you disagree? Look at the past winners.
I will not.
I will not look at history and evidence. I refuse.
It's because superhero movies don't stand on their own.
That's true. As specifically these Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Somebody down the line, you can't just really come back and watch one of them. You kind of have to watch all of them just to understand what's going on.
Well, Ant-Man might be the one.
Yeah. Oh, really? It's not on its own, though. It's the start of something. That's why you can watch it on its own. But I'm sure there'll be hints in there of things that you'll need to know.
As of right now, we have no evidence that it exists in the same universe.
No, yeah, we know he's going to be in part of it.
In Civil War or Infinity War?
We know that he's going to be in other Marvel movies.
Well, damn it, never mind.
But you're right. Like, I can imagine us going into this movie and just seeing it and having it maybe like an end credit scene that's related. But I'm thinking of like Thor 2 or Thor, where like the Tesseract and all this, like you have to know what is going on just to get it. But I don't know. I'm excited about this. I really don't want to. I don't want to hear any more news. But, oh my god, it's so early.
You don't want to hear any more news?
I just mean this movie. If this movie doesn't come out until 2017, it is now mid 2015.
Yeah.
We're going to be hearing about this for the next 2 years, and I'm going to be sick of it.
I don't know. We probably won't hear about it that much.
Really? I feel like we're going to be hearing about it because people don't really want to talk about it. Because we just had a Spider-Man. We don't need more. We just spent the past 5 years talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I disagree because the hardcore fans have been wanting Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe.
That is true.
And then the general audience, they probably won't even know the difference. They'll be like, "Oh, he looks different now."
Yeah, I actually heard somebody say when I was in high school when the first one was coming out, they were like, "Why do we need another Spider-Man? We just had another Spider-Man." And I think that's how the general audience might react. They might be very confused as to why are we having another Spider-Man when we just had one? Because they don't really understand that this is more about Marvel.
Yeah.
Making a Spider-Man movie than it is about rebooting another Spider-Man movie.
Right.
So, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how normies, as we call them, react.
I don't know. I think either way, it's going to do well. It's going to be a big hit.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I hope that this is the start of Marvel acquiring, or I don't even care if they work with Sony to make movies or include new characters in their films. I hope that's what this is leading to.
Sony only has Spider-Man and that's it.
Wait, does Sony have X-Men or is that's
someone else?
That's
I think Fox. No.
Fox. I think it might be Fox actually. I think you say that. Who knows? Who cares?
Sony might have Fantastic Four.
Oh, that's right.
Someone has Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
anyway.
I want to see them too.
Yeah, we're gonna see them.
Yeah, but I want to see them in Marvel.
Yeah, do you?
I don't know. We have so many people coming up.
I don't know. Fantastic Four has a great cast, but it's like 75% computer graphics.
Yeah.
We can already tell.
I mean, yeah, that's what it looks like, but I don't know. I'm still excited to see that one.
Yeah,
too.
of course. Bottom line is, we're gonna see all these movies, and as far as these new guys go, John Watts, the director, Tom Holland, the actor, we know they're probably good, and this is going to be good for them.
I mean, we have to trust the people at Marvel just because they've done a good job so far, but it has been heavily based on these huge names, so it's a different direction, and I like that. I like that things are changing and not just staying the same like they have been. I think that would have been a mistake. Although Justin Timberlake, he would have made a
Killer Spider-Man.
Killer Spider-Man.
And then Jesse Eisenberg after that.
Oh, wow. Let's just get the whole cast.
Whole cast. Brenda Song.
That's who I was thinking of too. I was like, who else was in that movie?
All the Social Network will be Spider-Man.
Awesome. Hey Tommy, let me ask you this.
What?
Seen any movies lately?
Yeah.
What movie have you seen?
Speaking of unknowns, I saw Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
Did you?
Yeah.
Give us a review. Give us a 10-second review.
Well, get a stopwatch ready.
Alright. Stopwatch? What year is it? Jesus.
Yeah, man. Get your wristwatch.
Let me get
set to stopwatch.
Let me go find my soccer coach. See if he has a stopwatch. I always remember that my soccer coach had one. So.
Yeah, so you could time your kicking skills.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Are you though? Don't look at
Yes,
me. Get ready.
Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
All right, here we go. Tommy's 10-second review. Go.
Brilliantly written, perfectly cast, touching, heartwarming, creative cinematography. Basically, a movie that everyone needs to see.
Wow! All
Sorry,
right.
I cheated.
Cutting off one of your toes for that.
Okay, well, that's part of the deal.
All right, I actually don't. What is it about? All I heard is
a
that
guy and his friend Earl and a dying girl.
God, Tommy.
I don't want to give too much away.
Nah, good call.
We're going to take a break.
But when we come back, we have,
Some
loads to talk about.
Some more movie stuff to talk about. Maybe some more unknowns. Maybe some more Sundance.
Who knows?
We'll see in 5 seconds. See you then.
Ready. Hey guys, welcome back to the Nerdist Podcast. Oh my god, I mean the FanGeared podcast. I apologize to Chris. So we're back. What?
You're Joey.
Oh, I'm Joey.
And I'm Tommy. And before we get into our next topic, quick plug. July 23rd through the 25th, we will be at VidCon doing a live podcast.
We're not going to be at VidCon doing a live podcast the whole time now.
No, just probably one of the days.
Probably one of the days for like maybe an hour.
Yeah, so if you guys are going, we'll have more info on that coming up. We'd like to meet you guys.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be on the main stage.
Yeah, I think we're scheduled for main stage.
Right in between those hooligan kids of Shea Carl. Wow, you really cued into me.
On the same wavelength.
Right
before Grace Helbig.
Yeah, Grace Helbig,
right.
I believe. Yeah, she's headlining. We're right before her.
Yeah,
I don't know the times.
But after Shea Carl.
Yeah,
we'll get the times. VidCon, the online video convention in Anaheim, July 23rd. See you there. All right, let's. Since it's just the two of us, we don't got the video game guy here.
Wait, do we want to tell him about Josh?
Josh.
We've heard from him.
We located Josh.
Now, it sounds to me like he is stranded on a beach somewhere.
Definitely, he's been drugged up.
He's drugged up. We know that. That's all he said though. So he's still gone, and until further notice.
He's got cell phone service though, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a plus. But nowadays there's Wi-Fi everywhere.
True.
I mean, he could be
in the middle of nowhere with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it happens.
But he did say that I'm the captain now.
He did send that one tweet after. He didn't say help or anything. Just hey Tommy, you're the captain now. That's what he said.
Look at me.
Okay, all right. Should we just print out the script? You just want to read the whole script?
All right, and now we will do a table read of Captain Phillips in its entirety. All right, since just the two of us, let's stick to what we know. Let's talk about some movie pictures. We got two big ones in theaters right now, breaking records of all sort this weekend. Jurassic World, of course, just making way too much money.
Yeah, too much.
And then Inside Out, which broke an interesting record for being the highest grossing original idea since Avatar. I think it might have had a bigger opening weekend even or something, but
I'm not sure.
Just goes to show that we haven't had any popular original ideas in 10 years?
Or very many original ideas at all.
Just in general, yeah.
And we were talking about Spiderman earlier, which again is not. This next movie coming out is not an original idea. It's again a reboot.
It's a reboot.
A reimagining of what we've already seen. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about sort of.
Which is better? Which is better for viewing, and which is better for the state of the film industry?
Now you might be thinking, Tommy, obviously there's one would be better, and we would all like to see. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. And say that.
I don't think that there's one definite one that is better.
I mean, one is certainly making money, and that's Reboots. It's safe.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's necessarily better for the industry as a whole. I mean, or for creativity, or
definitely not. Yeah,
audiences.
It's bad for art.
Yeah, bad for art. Good for business.
Good for general audiences.
And who's to say that general audiences are the real audiences?
Basically, the entire industry.
Yes,
it depends on them.
And maybe they are.
They are.
It's interesting. I actually watched. There's a documentary on Netflix right now. I forget what it's called, but it's basically about showrunners. And don't worry about that. There's a noise.
Loud
Sorry.
noise in the background.
It's about showrunners, and somebody in it says like, okay, so you have the audience members, you have the people who are just sort of the general audience, and obviously that's our target audience because there's more of them, and then you have the people who are like, no, you should be doing things this way, like this is how you preserve art, this is how you make things like of a good quality, and they're saying like as a showrunner, you have to take those people and say like, we realize that, but we're not writing these things for you. This is not for you. We will never get anything made if it's not for that general audience.
Right.
And so it is sort of a slippery slope of, do you want your project to get made, or do you want it to be not made but keep your creativity in your
in your pants.
what? Yeah, sure.
That's where I keep my creativity.
Oh, I keep mine in my breast pocket.
In your best pocket?
Yeah, my best pocket, which is my front one, right where my
front right pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. What were we talking about? Right. So I think it's important that the movie industries, they're businesses. They need to make money to continue to make more movies. So using a familiar title, from a popular book or from a movie from the 80s, makes it really easy for them to draw in large audiences. And we're not saying that those movies aren't good, but they are less creative, inherently.
Yeah. I mean, you have to go off of what has already been established. I don't know, is it that we've had so many good ideas already that people are struggling to make a big movie that is original? And it takes somebody like Pixar. I mean, think about who just made this original movie that made so much money. This is freaking Pixar.
Right.
This is the top. So how do we expect smaller studios to do this?
So you're saying the big studios have a stranglehold on unoriginal and original ideas?
I mean, what I'm thinking is that it has become so difficult now to make an original movie that it takes a studio that has so much money and so much faith and really has established themselves as original content makers. Although we've seen in the past few years a couple of sequels.
But yeah, Disney makes original content.
Yeah, that's their thing. And so I don't know. It just seems to be becoming more and more difficult to get a yes. And I'll tell you where this begins because I'm living it.
Okay, tell me.
Right, film schools.
Yes.
You get there day one. They make you buy this book that costs $200.
Of course.
And in there you got your, this is how you work a camera. And then it's, this is how you present or do a pitch. And this is the business side of film. And it's so important. And half of your classes are about that instead of the actual art of filmmaking. And this is perpetuated. And I think we're going to see a revolution. Because I think people are getting sick of it.
You think?
I mean, I want to say no. Because, look what just broke the record for...
destroyed the world record?
Yeah.
A movie that was made in the 90s.
Yeah.
Better. Better in the 90s.
Yeah. I actually didn't see it. I heard it's okay. But that's not the point. We've seen this... Is it... Okay, tell me this, because I didn't see it.
Okay.
Is it... Are any of the cast in this one? Is it any of it?
No.
No. So this is completely...
Except for a animated DNA strand.
Oh, I think I did hear about that. Spoiler alert. Hello.
It's not a spoiler, but it is a sequel.
So it is...
It's definitely a sequel.
Okay, so it's not just a reboot of it. Well...
But still, sequels tie into unoriginal ideas.
Yeah, I think we're just too attached to nostalgia right now. And we have so many. I think it's because really the golden age of movie cinema was 20, 30 years ago. And that's why when we're like, oh, Ghostbusters is coming back, like that was when movies were good.
Yeah.
So now we're so excited about these movies that people liked so long ago.
Don't get me started on Ghostbusters.
Really? Not a fan? Or not a fan of the new...
Ghostbusters is like my 4th favorite all-time movie.
Oh, so
The
you're
fact
not
that they're
happy.
remaking it.
And with women?
I don't care that it's women, but it's not the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I saw those movies. I actually saw them more recently. And, like, the story themselves, it wasn't like some great story or something that you like, oh wow, they created this world that's so crazy that I need to see it again. No, it was literally the characters.
Yeah.
Like that's what made those movies interesting at all.
Ghostbusters without Bill Murray just doesn't make any sense.
Oh, he'll be there.
He'll make a cameo.
He crashes everything. He crashes 21st birthdays. Oh wait, remember there's that video of him giving the speech to the guy who's getting married.
No.
Tommy, you gotta keep up on pop culture, man. You on Twitter? You got a Facebook?
I have a face in a book. Did you see the trailer for Bill Murray's new movie?
No.
He's like a rock manager, and his client is touring in Afghanistan, but then she gets scared and like runs away, so he's stranded there. And he's like this wacky, whimsical American in Afghanistan, and everyone in Afghanistan has like an AK-47 in their hand in the trailer.
Oh my god.
It looks so offensive and terrible.
Oh my god. See, hey, but at least it's original.
Oh, we don't know that for sure. It's probably based on a book or something.
That could be. But it's definitely unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, if the golden age of movie cinema was, 20, 30 years ago, and right now we're just getting all the reboots, does that mean it's going to take another 20, 30 years to be like, oh, those movies 20, 30 years ago, they weren't good, so we're going to make originals? We're not going to do reboots. It's going to take that long.
They'll probably be rebooting Ghostbusters again in 30 more years.
I mean, it seems like all you need is like 5 to 10 years to pass, and you can reboot again.
Yeah, they can reboot every year if they want to. Well, I mean, not really.
No,
it's not gonna have the same effect each time.
Yeah, but I don't get it. And maybe it's because we weren't alive when these movies first came out, or we're too young to care about them. But I don't understand who's excited for these.
Well, the general audience, the moneymakers.
But I have to think that at some point before all these, the generation of reboots, wasn't there a general audience that was just excited to go see a fresh movie? But now a general audience means that they have to know the movie already for them to be excited about it? Do people care about movies that little now?
Yeah, I think they still probably care about movies as an experience, but it kind of plays into the whole millennial generation of, maybe attention spans are lower, and they'd rather just go see something familiar.
See, but that's the thing. I don't know if it's our generation that is seeing these movies. I think it might be like a little bit older than us.
Trying to relive their childhood.
Yeah. I think it's, people that are currently in their maybe early 30s and then even older. I mean, I worked at a movie theater for about a year, and I saw the type of people that came in. And an older audience is your main audience, especially during the week. That's the majority of people seeing these things. Mm-hmm. There is a younger audience, but I mean, very few movies, I think, are really geared towards them now. We don't really have too many of the smaller movies. I mean, you either have really young, your animated movies, and then not too much middle ground, though.
What do you mean, like for tweens and teens?
Yeah.
I completely disagree. Every year there's a new teen movie based on a book.
Well, okay, but there's not one movie that comes out a year. I mean, we have a lot of movies coming out each week. Maybe some are smaller, but I think the majority are not geared towards them.
Right. But for the older crowd, these reboots aren't gonna live up to the hype for them. it's not going to be the same movie they remember when they saw when they were young. I think that the people who are going to get excited for these reboots are younger generations who weren't born when those movies were around and don't want to watch them now because they look like movies that they're not used to. The effects aren't as good. The cameras aren't as good.
That's true. We are very used to a certain look now, and even going back, even for me, for us, I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, but
don't.
As somebody who it's hard for me to go back, and this is controversial, but I'll say it here. Godfather.
Boring.
Oh, Jesus. I respect it. I respect the hell out of it.
Yeah.
The acting, the writing, just
brilliant.
Everything. But
so slow paced.
So slow.
But that was the norm.
Yeah.
Back then.
And this is the norm now.
Slower pace, yeah.
Shitty, fast pace. I'll keep talking so I can keep your attention.
As much CGI as possible.
Yeah. Just oh my god. Can we talk? You just reminded me of something. PETA. Have you heard about this?
The tweet?
Saying that, yeah, I think we talked about this.
I retweeted it. Yeah.
Maybe that's how I saw it.
PETA tweeted out, Jurassic World is proof that you don't need real animals to make a great movie.
Okay, let's dissect this. Because there are two things.
There's a lot of levels where this is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Alright, one. I'll let you say yours, because... Okay, one... does not look great. This is not... We shouldn't be doing this. No. Practical effects look way better.
Obviously.
And two...
They're right. We don't need real dinosaurs to make Jurassic World look great.
But hey... if we did have real dinosaurs, wow.
That would have...
I mean...
Then PETA would be wrong. It would have looked way better.
Yeah, they would be wrong on both accounts, but... Yeah, I think that would say something else. All of a sudden, they were like, you know what? And the biggest twist of this movie, we used real dinosaurs.
We really did genetically engineer dinosaurs.
Yeah. Wouldn't PETA be happy about that? That we brought a species back to life?
But that didn't really happen. What are you trying to say here?
No, I'm just saying, wouldn't they be happy if we
could? I'm sure they would be happy about that.
Yeah, because that means that we could bring back all these species that we've killed off. Guys, this is a PSA, okay? Get your dogs spayed and neutered.
This is Bob Barker. See you next time on The Price is Right.
Signing off. Wait,
and
we're not done.
Okay, and we're back. Yes, PETA is quite stupid sometimes.
I just thought it was so funny.
We don't disagree with PETA. We like animals, but that's a pretty ignorant tweet on their part.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you should ever be so upfront with anybody and, yelling at them about things before you know them, but sure, we agree with them, I guess.
Let's see how they feel about Star Wars. I mean, that's going to feature real practical
aliens.
Wookiees and aliens, and...
Ooh, they're going to have a field day.
Yeah, how many aliens were tortured to have to forced to sit in this movie studio.
Oh my god. Alright.
So yeah, okay. Here's proof of why the younger audience is more excited than the older audience for reboots. A story I have, I was seeing Fast and Furious 7, which is called Furious 7.
Yep. That's true.
Jam-packed theater opening night. I had to sit in the front section. It was full.
You saw opening night?
Yeah, by myself.
That's risky.
Don't have any friends.
Okay.
And full theater. They showed a trailer for Poltergeist for the movie. Apparently, no one had seen the trailer yet. I don't know. I'd seen it 100 times before that. But the crowd after the trailer, this Furious 7 crowd full of young people, they started cheering.
Oh my god.
And clapping. And
why?
The clapping lasted halfway through the next trailer.
Are you serious?
They were legit excited for this Poltergeist. And I don't know if half of them even know that Poltergeist was one of the most famous horror movies of all time.
I think they do. I think the name alone is what got them. Because, I mean, I can specifically remember my own mom like being like, oh, it was, this was like so scary, Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Like you got to see this. Telling me that throughout my whole life, and me going just like, I don't know, I'm not really interested. Like I don't really care. Could it be that like I don't know that were there fewer movies that to get attached to? Or are we being given so much now that we don't really hold on to anything? Because I'm trying to think about the movies that have come out in the past like 5 years that I've loved that I want to see again or
like want your children to see.
Yeah, and I'm just like, not really.
Nothing.
No, not.
What instantly comes to my mind is Whiplash, Drive.
Why would I ever want them to remake those movies? They were already made perfectly.
No, that's what I'm saying. Why would you?
Yeah.
But like those are movies of our generation.
Oh.
That are perfect.
Oh. Okay,
Why would we
I
want?
see.
Yeah.
So like I tell my my kid, hey, go watch Good Will Hunting. It was so good. Like you're gonna love it. And they're like, it's so slow. Like I don't even like that. I mean, probably slow for our standards too, but it's one of my favorite movies. And they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll watch that when they remake it with this new actor that I like, and it's quicker paced and got a lot of jokes and
Right.
Okay.
But on that same level, they're remaking big blockbuster movies now. I don't think we've really had a big summer blockbuster original movie that can stand on its own. Because you can say like the Marvel movies, but
yeah, no.
But when you look at Ghostbusters or like a Back to the Future,
yeah,
they're not tying into 20 other movies throughout their movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, and I think that's we already are seeing superhero movies being remade
right
4 years after they've been made, and I think it's because that is the genre that's popular right now. Superhero movies are at the top of the list. I think before it was sort of like maybe like a science fiction supernatural type of movie in the 80s, and because that's why we saw a lot of those. We have Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, but for us, like I can see them after Marvel's done with this whole thing 10 years later going back and redoing the whole thing over again.
The whole thing.
I mean,
I think Disney's just going to keep continuing it probably.
Really? I feel like we're already getting to a point where people don't know all the characters.
People are over it.
People are, I mean, they're probably losing a lot of people's attention who aren't as interested, but also we don't know many of the characters that are being made into movies. They're not the popular ones, so it's going to start dying off in that regard. But I don't know, I feel like superhero movies are what we're going to be seeing remade over and over again in the future.
Quite possibly.
I mean, we already have Batman. Superman has always been redone
through the years.
Yeah, forever. But I don't know, I just can't think of movies that are coming out right now that
might be rebooted. And
yeah, I can see them being made into sequels because they've done well. Every freaking kids movie, most adult movies as well. 21 Jump Street, all these movies. When a movie does well, you get a sequel. But a reboot, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just in denial and I don't want to see it.
It'll probably happen. Yeah, I can't really think of one.
Josh, you want to chime in here? Oh, no, you don't? Okay. That doesn't have any.
No, because all our big summer blockbusters now are reboots of the old blockbusters, so we need more original big movies.
Yep.
Bottom line.
This is a call to action. Get out there, make something original. Let's collab.
Let's collab.
Yeah. In fact, if you noticed, if you're listening to this on what day we put this up? Friday. 2 days ago, we put up our first original, or we presented our first original short film. I edited that. I played a pretty big role throughout the production of it as well. But go ahead and take a look, and hopefully we'll have more of that. But yeah, I mean, we're interested in this stuff. Want original content.
Yeah. It's not hard to make a movie, guys. There's a movie coming out of Sundance I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's about. But I know that it was filmed using 3 iPhone 6s.
Yeah. Something. Okay, it has something to do with a color. It's like something orange or.
A Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, that was it. No.
Hmm.
I don't know, something with a color, but yeah.
Interesting.
So low budget.
Yeah, you don't need a budget to make a good original idea.
Also, if you follow, I know we talk about other. I know we talk about pretty much it a lot.
Oh, God.
You know who Eric Striffler is? He just posted a video, basically saying the same thing about like, he calls himself a filmmaker and he was interviewed as a filmmaker, but he hasn't been posting any original content recently, and he wants to get into that. And you just got to do it. And I think this is how. Didn't mean to get all sentimental here, but this is how things are going to change. It's got to be from the ground up.
We are the change.
We. Okay. Jesus. All right, Tommy, get us out of here.
End of show.
Jesus. Okay.
If you like the FanGeared, you can find us on Twitter. .com/FanGeared. Instagram.com/FanGeared.
I don't know if that's how there's.
Just go on the Instagram app and type in
FanGeared.
FanGeared.
One word on all social media.
F-A-
Facebook as well.
F-A-N-G-E.
We do have Facebook? Actually, I don't know about that.
Yeah, we have Facebook.
Yeah, we definitely have Facebook.
Like us on Facebook.
YouTube, obviously. I mean, if you're listening to this.
YouTube, right? Subscribe. Comment. Let's get the discussion going. What movies do you think will be rebooted in 30 years from 2005 to 2015?
Yeah, so within the past 10 years. Also, if you haven't watched our announcement video... Wait, has that gone up yet?
Yeah.
Oh, it has gone up.
It went up yesterday at noon.
Okay, so yesterday we put up the announcement video for our last contest. You may have won.
Go watch it.
So go watch it. Also, keep an eye out for more. We're going to do more.
Giveaways.
Giving away rare stuff. So stay tuned.
You got to be subscribed. You got to be active.
Right, FanGeared out.
That's all for this week. We'll see you next week with maybe Josh.
Okay, bye.
Bye.